A very big blow to Manchester United about Victor Osimhen. The president of Napoli has said no selling Victor Osimhen and is not up for sale. Where does this leave Manchester United? Where does this take us to the next target of the transfer? All that and more is what we're going to discuss on this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're already watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokan David is my name, and don't forget to really let us know where you're watching us from, and then continue to support this channel by really becoming a member. Click the join button and obviously try to do the needful and obviously make a payment that can help us really go through the month and obviously make new studios. Support us, and you're planning to start up what we call member content only, and only members will go ahead and really watch that content. So continue to do that, because by doing that we'll be supporting the channel. Raphael Varane, huge boost. He's returning very, very soon, earlier than we expected, and Eric Ten Hag looks like he's all smiles, because he knows that when he's having Raphael Varane, Casemiro in the midfield, Marcus Rashford, Anton Martial, Bruno Fernandes, the team is really strong. Lastly, we are discussing David Moyes and what he's going to hate to say about Eric Ten Hag. Remember, the 2 times as first Eric Ten Hag is going to hate to lose, 1-0 and 3-1. Then this time round, David Moyes is hosting Eric Ten Hag for the very first time at the London Stadium tomorrow, and we are going to see how things are really going to head and really pan out in that mode of sense. So let's jet off with Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen is a man who is really epic form, and the president of Napoli, De Laurentiis, I will not sell Victor Osimhen this summer, no way. And when he says that he's not going to sell Victor Osimhen, you understand what perspective he's saying this from, because it's not the first time he has had one of the best rated players in the world and refused to go ahead and really sell them. Let me give you a scenario of what this man is all about. There happened to be a defender known as Kalidou Koulibaly. By the time, Kalidou Koulibaly was among the highly rated best defenders in the world. United went in for him in 2018, and they were requesting for, is it 75 million pounds? And United opted to go in for Harry Maguire other than this player. But I've seen teams go out for Kalidou Koulibaly for very, very, very long spells, but the president said, I want this amount of money. Now, what does this mean for Victor Osimhen? I'm trying to see and really draw out my understanding like 3 fronts. One, I think he's saying this to raise the market of the player, you know, to really throw a stone into the bush and see what comes out. Because if a team like Manchester United want to sign Victor Osimhen and they had the money, of which I know they don't have the money, if it's the priority signing, what are they going to do if at all they are told that the player is not for sale? That's it. Secondly, he's trying to protect the most precious player they are having. I know Kvaratskhelia is a very good player, but I think Victor Osimhen has gone ahead to score goals, because this season Victor Osimhen has seen himself score 22 goals and 4 assists in 27 games. That is it. And I think as a team of Napoli, they're still having some games to go. So it shows you that he might even hit 30 goals this season, because we look at the table, they've gone ahead to play 33 games, and there are 5 games to go. So in those 5 games to go, Osimhen can find himself netting 8 goals, because it's possible, as they're playing with nothing to lose, and they'll be targeting him a lot to really give him lots of chances. But scoring 22 goals in 27 appearances with four assists, that is really great. That means every game Victor Osimhen averages a goal or an assist. It shows you how good this man has really gone ahead to grow into, and I think he's officially one of the deadliest center forwards on the market. But what does it mean to Manchester United? I think, however much you wanted to sign Victor Osimhen, Erik Ten Hag wanted him last summer, even this summer, he had gone in for him, but we don't have the money. It is said, however much, an official announcement has not been made by Napoli that they will call for £130 million to sign Victor Osimhen. That's it. So, do we have £130 million to sign Victor Osimhen? I doubt that you do. You know why? Because even the budget of United that is available right now is rumored to be £100 million. So, we need to operate in a budget that is not even equal to the amount of money that we are supposed to really cash out for Victor Osimhen. But I think we are blessed this time around that we are into a market where we are having lots of center forwards, you know. Last summer, the only hottest center forward on the market, there were two. Erling Haaland, who had already agreed a deal to join Man City in March, and Darwin Núñez, who Liverpool got early at the beginning of the transfer window. So, it comes to my understanding that this season, we are really blessed. We are having a variety to pick on. Harry Kane, Victor Osimhen, Dusan Vlahovic, Benjamin Šeško, Goncalo Ramos. There is Højlund, you know. There is Cole Muani, you know. There's the likes of Ivan Toney, the Oli Watkins, you know. There is a list of 10 good center forwards. Benjamin, is it David? Jonathan David. There is Balogun. So there are lots of strikers that have gone ahead to really get their heads out and put themselves in the shop window for the summer. So that leaves us with lots of options, because out of all those top six available, the targets I think we won't miss out on any. I think we'll get one, because when you look at teams that are really interested in getting center forwards, Chelsea needs one, but it said that Pochettino is going to give Romelu Lukaku a new chance, and that plays well into the financial fair play of Chelsea, because they cannot go ahead and really sign in very many players because of how they spent money in the previous summer and previous winter transfer window. So it shows you that Chelsea might be having Lukaku and Nkunku. Real Madrid needs a center forward. Bayern Munich needs a center forward. Which other team needs a center forward? PSG needs a center forward. So they're like three or four. So out of the four, even if they take the four, we'll be left with some two. And when we look at Victor Osimhen, I think there are a few teams that can sign him at £130 million. Harry Kane is at £80 million. I think Harry Kane is going to stay in the Premier League, and I think that's why we are so much going to be zeroed to Harry Kane, because Victor Osimhen is not a player that we can sign this summer, unless otherwise Sheikh Jassim Al Thani is given ownership of this club. But I see it as something hard to happen in the summer. So I think we might see Harry Kane at Manchester United, or Goncalo Ramos, or Højlund, according to me. Because Cole Muani looks like he's going to Bayern Munich, and Bayern Munich have started to hold talks with the player, and then they'll talk to Eintracht Frankfurt to really sign the player. So I think we are only left with options of Harry Kane, and I think unless otherwise the money is not enough, that's when United will go in for the likes of Højlund. But if at all they get Erik Ten Hag the check he wants, I think we'll go in for Harry Kane. He's left with no option, and he will go in for a Premier League proven centre forward to really lead the line of United next summer. So that is a Victor Osimhen huge blow, transfer blow. He's not for sale, guys. He is known for sale, and let no one lie to you that the player is up for sale. So the president has said that, but no one knows. No one is tall enough to see the future. We might be here letting you know about how the man is not for sale, and then in the next 2-3 weeks you'll hear that Victor Osimhen has started to hold talks with a team that wants to sign him. So I think I think Victor Osimhen as a player wants to get out of Napoli. He has gone ahead to really show his desire to play into the Premier League. We all know that, but that leaves us in a situation of asking, is player power going to supersede the board power of Napoli? That is the hugest question that most of us should really have in our heads, and obviously calling for the required answers. So as it stands, the man is not up for sale. the man is not up for sale. That is a player known as Victor Osimhen. But things can change with time. Even the United I'm talking about that cannot buy Victor Osimhen now, if at all this club is given to Sheikh Jassim Al Thani, then you don't rule out any transfer to Manchester United. He's talking about signing the likes of Kylian Mbappe to bring them at the club of Manchester United. So it shows you how huge it will be if at all we get Sheikh Jassim Al Thani with what we call that massive wealth. Now, I think it was yesterday, but Samuel Lucas gave us a very good breather about Raphael Varane. That breaking, Raphael Varane is expected to return before the end of the season for Manchester United, but will not be available for the upcoming games against Brighton and West Ham. That's it. Brighton was played on Thursday. We lost 1-0, and the game of which team? The game of West Ham is going to be played tomorrow, and I think we are going to be winning that game. Then he told us on Friday that Man United, I hope for Raphael Varane could return for their Premier League fixture against Wolves next week. So Raphael Varane is just a week away from return, and I think what a way to welcome him back in such a season where we need his leadership in the central defense and his experience, because in these games that we're going to play in, we need Raphael Varane based. And I know he knows exactly what it means for him to play for the club of Manchester United. Him earning 330,000 pounds a week, that is Raphael Varane. He knows that when he came into the club of Manchester United, winning the Champions League, and the first season he played for Manchester United, we missed out on the Champions League, meaning that he got a 25% reduction of his salary that is supposed to be earning weekly. So, apart from that, he feels like he should be playing in the Champions League. That's it. So, he should be where the big boys are, and I think that's going to give him a very huge drive to return and obviously give United the best that we deserve as far as taking on such players is really concerned. So that is Raphael Varane, huge boost. I think all of us, we are happy. That means we'll be having Raphael Varane and Victor Lindelof playing the central defense, or Luke Shaw and Raphael Varane. And to me, the most important game I think Raphael Varane should play is the final of the FA Cup. We need him to be fit. We need to see him play 90 minutes in that game. Even if it's 120 minutes, he needs to play the entire game to give us a push and security, a little bit of safety into that central defense. I think injuries have been part of what we've called his on and off season, but every time he really showed up with Lisandro Martinez, Raphael Varane really looked solid into this season. When you look at Raphael Varane this season, he has gone ahead to play 5 games in the UEFA Europa League. In the Premier League, he has played 21 games. So that shows you can even make 25. Last season, he played 22 games, meaning that's going to supersede the games he played last season. Then EFL Cup, he played 2 games. And that's it for him. So I think if at all has gone ahead to play close to, those are 26, 28. If at all has gone ahead to play close to 35 games, I think that's not bad. If at all he really improves that and gives us a more output next season at the club of Manchester United. So let's wait and see what Raphael Varane is coming in for in here at the club of Manchester United as we take on teams like Wolverhampton Wanderers next week. So, David Moyes has said the following on Eric Ten Hag. He's an experienced and fantastic manager. We've played them twice this season, and it's going to be another great game. Every game is a battle. Every game is a challenge. We have to be ready for this match. So, it's good to see to it that we are really having our manager appreciated by other managers on merit, not on friendship, favoritism, or a professional level. But this manager is being dubbed as one of the best on merit, not because we are using perhaps all how they termed favoritism, friendship to really call in a good manager. Like I've seen Arteta go on TV and really say that Frank Lampard is a good manager. Where? On what basis? You know, on what yardstick? So I think Eric Ten Hag is going to have to prove that he's really one of those managers going to get back us to where it's supposed to be. And Moyes, the former United manager who came in and really succeeded Sir Alex Ferguson, never completed the season, has come out and really said. So guys, your thoughts on Victor Osimhen, not for sale, are welcome in the comment section below. Then Raphael Varane returns And lastly, Moyes hailing Eric Ten Hag. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. Don't forget to subscribe. And this is the channel, United Matters channel, and Rock and David is my name. I sign out for now. See you later. Returning the next 4 hours, not so. Let's pray to it that there is news, because as it's the king's coronation down in UK, news is really not coming in through, because I think most media houses are really covering that. Bye bye.